Welcome to She Means Business, Building and Scaling with Visionary Women, the podcast where bold ideas find success. Hosted by Dr. Myrrha Satow, a successful entrepreneur. Each episode dives into the journeys of trailblazing women who have turned their dreams into thriving businesses. From startups to scaling success, these female founders share their stories, struggles, and strategies to inspire and empower women to chase their own dreams. Whether you're just starting out or ready to take your venture to the next level, this podcast is your guide to breaking barriers and redefining leadership. Let's rise together.
Welcome back to another episode of She Means Business. Today's guest is Milouda Ouarite. She's the dynamic CEO of High Sky Billing, a leading provider of billing and financial auditing services. With a strong background in economics and health information management, she's successfully transformed revenue cycles and enhanced operational efficiency in her industry. Passionate about empowering women and new immigrants, Milouda actively contributes to her community while driving her business forward with a commitment to excellence. So Milouda, we're so excited to have you here today.
Thank you so much. Same here.
Your journey into entrepreneurship is truly inspiring. Talk to us a little bit about your company.
Yes, absolutely. So High Sky Billing, that's the name of the business. And it was created on February 2023. So it's been a year, a little over a year ago right now. And I have decided to create my own business because of the passion that I have for revenue cycle management. I've been in the revenue cycle management for 10 years. And within the 10 years, I worked for 5 different companies. And as you can see, I graduated with GPA 4.0. So I'm always trying to be on top of my game, helping as many patients as I can, doing the best job I can, like to my ability. So after working for 10 years, I'm like, okay, every time I start with a company, I found a huge mess or something that it needs to be started from beginning or from scratch. And the thing it is that it's always there is a lot to do, and I can see there is a lot of loss of revenue. That revenue is belong to the healthcare providers, which is helping the patient. And I just want to say, I'm very patient-centered person. My whole mission is about helping the patient, since I couldn't actually help them being a doctor myself. I came to this country, and then, yes, I was smart enough. My GPA is 4.0, but physically, I wasn't able to help the patient because my stomach is not helping me, my hand shakes and things like that. So there is no way I could be a doctor. So I decided, since I'm good with math and algebra specifically, so I said, you know what, how about we help the finance part of the patient? So in this situation, I start going into health information management, and I learned how to build the insurance, build the client, build the patient, creating program for financial patient assistance program with some companies and things like that, trying every single possible way I can think of in order to help those patients being healthy. I believe healthy patient is happy patient, and happy patient can actually contribute and impact the world or the society or the small community where they live positively. So that was always my drive. I'm like, I want to see happy patients. I'm a very positive person myself, and I'm like, if the person is healthy, they can be happy, they can contribute positively. So let me help them with the way I can do that, which is the financial part of the business. That's after doing this for 10 years, I said, okay, if I can help each company, I started with a mess and I come out with huge results, there, and great results. I still have former employers that I'm still friend with. We have a great connection in LinkedIn, and so as a very personal relationship as well. So I said, okay, if I can do it every time for this, then that gives me the power that, yeah, I can do it on my own. And instead of helping one company in 2 years or 3 years, how about I created a whole team that I can help many healthcare providers, not necessarily just one company, but if I can multiply by the first year, like 5, 6, all the way to hundreds, you know how many patients, that will be millions and millions of patients that it can be helping. So that's actually what drove me to create my business last year.
I love that so much. Milouda, I can feel your passion and just your energy and your enthusiasm for your work. It's just incredible, and it's so inspiring to hear another female entrepreneur such as yourself bring such passion and authenticity to your work. How did you get started? Can you talk to us a little bit about your journey and how you started the business, and what did it take? What challenges did you face, and what resources did you have to find to launch your business?
Yes, so absolutely. To start the business, look, I had this idea when I was a student, to be honest with you. So it's not something that I just decided last year. When I was a student, one of my doctors, who was professor, who was teaching me actually coding classes, he was a surgeon. And he looked at me one day and he said, you know what, Milouda, you're very sharp. Why don't you go to the medical classes? I'm like, like physically I'm not able to, but also it just not for me. I don't think it's going to be for me. And I came to this country when I was 26. I already finished all my schooling in Morocco. I'm like, I have to start from zero again here. I'm like, you know what, doctor? You know what I'm going to do? I actually going to learn, and I'm going to have my own business, and I will be working with providers. And instead of just being one doctor, I could help hundreds of doctors.
I love it.
So that started that dream. It was a dream at that time, of course. That was 10 years ago. So it stays with me, like the idea of like one day I'm going to have my own business. That way I can help many doctors achieve what I want them to achieve. So I said, okay, I'm going to do it. Then the first year, I'm like, I need experience. I need hands-on. I need to be reliable and credible. Evidently, like the experience, that's how you actually get all the expertise that you need in the field. So one company after another, after another, after another. After 10 years, I figured that I have enough experience. I'm talented enough right now, since I have done it 5 times. Right. I can do it outside of this. And that's when it started. And to be honest with you, I'm very ambitious person, and those people who take risks. So I never had to sell anything. I didn't know what is a business plan mean. I didn't know, like, literally where to start. I just said, okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and start my business. Like, I am ready. Now I am ready. I felt so ready. Like the idea of like, you are so ready, just go ahead and do it. I said, okay, I'm ready enough. I have saved up enough money from my work to actually cover my business expenses and also my basic expenses.
So how did you write that first business plan or that first budget? Or did you have help? Did you do it yourself? How did that work?
Yes. So I had a friend of mine. It's nice to have sometimes friends that they are in business already, so they can at least direct you to the right path, not necessarily just help you all the way along. So she told me about the WBC, which is the Women in Business Central Ohio.
Wonderful.
So she was member there, and she said, okay. I said, you know what, I'm ready. She said, okay, well, go ahead and pay your membership for the WBC, which is in Central Ohio, and it's Columbus-based. They have office here, and they will give you all the tools that you need in order to start business.
What a great resource. That's such a good thing for our viewers to hear about. Is that an organization that might be available in other states or other places, or is it unique to Central Ohio?
Well, it's just in Central Ohio. That WBC is just in Central Ohio, but they actually can refer you to other organizations that can actually help you. For example, the WBC will give you like some sort of coaching, but if they can't, they refer you to SCORE. SCORE is national. So as the Small Business Administration, which is a very big federal organization that actually helps small business owners to start, either if you have an idea, service, or a business that you want to start with. They have so many tools to help you out. So I started actually there. I contacted them, and then I said, I need a mentor. I really have no idea. I am talented. I have the expertise. I'm willing to sell it, but I really don't know what to start. So they direct me, they send me like a kind of like a document where to read like how to create a business, where to start, filing the IRS, looking for the certification for Ohio, getting the Ohio certification first, the title, then getting the IRS, the tax ID. And then from there, I said, I need a mentor. I never sold anything, and now I have to sell a business, a service. So they connect me with a mentor from Scores, and thankfully he was local, so he lives in Dublin. I live in Washington, and we get together in the library, and he's like, do you know what's business plan? I'm like, pretty much have no idea.
I just love your energy and your resourcefulness and all. This is so helpful, I'm sure, to so many women who are interested in starting their own business or changing careers or reinventing themselves really at any age. What advice do you have for women out there who are looking to start their own business and don't maybe know where to start?
Absolutely. So my advice to the women, and believe me, like one of my one of my goals actually to inspire women, especially immigrants, because I am in a community. I'm on the board member of the Moroccan American Association, and I noticed, just to be honest, that most of the women comes here, they have like a high education, like they are like well educated in Morocco. They have master's degree, they have PhDs, they have bachelor degrees, and then when they came to United States, especially if they have husbands and kids, they like that life will take them. So they just play the support role instead of like the ambitious role. Like her husband need to work, he need to grow a business, or he need to just do his work and things like that. So I'm like, why? Like, we can be ambitious. Women can be ambitious. Women can have a business. So let me set the example for those women to tell them, I am an immigrant from a third world country, came here knowing no English whatsoever. I couldn't even know what French fries mean. I swear. I went to my second week here. I went to a sandwich place, like fast food, and I was pointing to the sandwich, and I'm like, I need the sandwich and the potato. She said, the French fries? I'm like, the potato. She said, French fries? I said, no, potato. She's like, just sit there, I will take care of you. So yeah, like knowing no English, coming here by myself, no husband, no family, no support whatsoever, going to school, finding a job, making a life, owning it, and building a business. I just feel like you have to have that drive. And this is, I'm talking about United States, is the land of the opportunity, as long as you are willing to work hard to get it.
What
nobody
a
can stop
story.
you.
Oh my gosh, you're such an inspiration.
Thank you.
You touched on something a little bit ago. You talked a little bit about family and sort of juggling all of that. What advice do you have for women maybe who are already in business or women who are starting a new business? How do you find that life balance between family and kids and work and time for you?
Yes, absolutely. I have 2 kids on my own. I have Ryan, he is 8 years old, and I have Zahra, who is 5 years old. And so you can tell like how busy those 2 little ones keep me, right? But still, I just feel like the drive, and I'm not gonna lie, there is no concrete of balance. I believe it's just you're trying to be present at the moment for every single of your time, and you're trying your best, and don't be hard on yourself. Try your best, because having a business, it's hard, and having a family, it's hard, and having 2 kids that is still young, need you most of the time, is hard. But willing to compensate one for another for a driven woman is hard. So evidently, you just have to try your best. My advice is try to plan, try to prioritize, and try to be present when you have a moment that allow you to be with that person. Here is an example. If you want, I can give you some examples. So, for example, my last client, I used to work 8 hours from 8 o'clock until 6 o'clock on my computer, auditing information, financial statements, and things like that. So evidently, I have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, do my prayers, get my kids ready for school because their bus comes at 7:30. So I have that time kind of like with them, kind of enjoying getting myself ready, getting the kids ready. So they feel my presence at that moment. And then I'm gone for 10 hours. When I come back home, though, I try not to look at my phone, not to check my emails, not try to be present for those 2 hours because I start getting them ready for bed at 8:30, things like that. So that's pretty much what I do. I feel like just try your best. You're not going to be successful in every single way of your life. I'm just saying, like, try your best and be present in that moment when you are with your friends and family.
Such good advice.
Just
I
go
think
ahead
there
and
are
be
so many
present.
women out there that need to hear that message. Thank you for sharing
You're
that.
welcome. I feel like it's the quality more than the quantity. I
Okay.
believe in that like so well, that the quality, even in my job, like my statement for High Sky Billing is efficient and optimized billing, because I'm always believing the quality versus quantity.
I love it. I love it. That's such
You're
great
welcome.
advice. Looking ahead, what are your goals for High Sky Billing? How do you envision the future of your business? And how will it evolve in this financial services industry?
Absolutely. So, financially, it was a six-figure from the beginning. So, in 3 months, I just believe I'm a lucky person, I guess. I mean, I do work hard, I'm not gonna lie, but still, within three months from starting the business, I already find my client. It was already 6 figures business, and financially, I'm thinking like in 5 years from now, I want it to be in a 10 million business, because there is so much need for that. And again, back to my statement of being a patient-centered, I'm like, if I grow bigger, I will be able to help more people, and that's what drives me more. Like helping those patients that is out there, helping those doctors that is out there. I don't want to see a doctor's office or practice clinic closing their clinic because they can't cover their operational costs and things like that. I'm like, the billing is so complicated. We know that Medicare, Medicaid, insurance is like talking Chinese or something. It's so complicated, and yes, sometimes can be hard to get that money for doctors in order to focus their intention in the patient treatment and patient care. So that's what drives me. Like every single day, I'm so passionate about like, let me help those doctors so we can help those patients so we can have a happy world.
That's just amazing. Your journey has just been so amazing. I could talk to you all day.
Thank you.
And I think you have shared so many just nuggets of information that'll be helpful to so many women out there. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our viewers, our audience, that you feel you haven't been able to share yet that you'd love them to know?
I just want them to know that for especially women, like this advice is especially for women, if you have a passion about something, just start. Like literally just start. Don't keep thinking about it too much. The days go fast. The life is too short not to do the thing that we love. So I would just say anybody who had an idea or a dream that they've been putting on hold for so long, please just go ahead and start it. There is so much help you can find, and there is so much joy you can find by doing the thing that you love. So I would just say High Sky Billing is here for doctors and providers to help them out with their patients, but also please just go ahead and, focus on your dream. Just go ahead and start that, because if you keep postponing it, like you never know. The life is too many cycles, one cycle after another. You never get to do that. And there is so much joy you can feel by starting your own business.
Milouda, what's the best way for our viewers to contact you or learn more about you and what you do?
Absolutely. So I'm very LinkedIn person. So I love LinkedIn. I love the professionalism there. So if you want to read more about me, you can find me at Milouda Ouarite in LinkedIn. I also have a website. It's High Sky Billing, exactly highskybilling.com. So you can find me there. And
thank you so much.
You're
It's been just
welcome.
delightful having you today. Thank you so much for coming and being on the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of She Means Business, Building and Scaling with Visionary Women. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. That helps others find the show, and we greatly appreciate it. Once again, we're glad you joined us, and we hope you'll come back for the next episode of She Means Business, Building and Scaling with Visionary Women. Until next time.